New week, new product review. Now this one is a blast from the past. So good old cutout miniatures. Now this one I got, as you can see on the back here, on the dates and everything. I got this one way back in 1999 or whatever when I was in high school. So I did a quick search and I really didn't find anything like this on like eBay or anything, but I did find some like Arkham uh, miniature. It's called Arkham miniatures, not Arkham Dark Knight like Batman or whatever, but on Amazon for like 15-20 bucks and everything. So for like cutouts like that and everything, yeah, you might want to go that. It would be cheaper now with something like this, like doing like a quick search on eBay and like a Facebook Marketplace. I didn't really see anything, so like it might be like of course with something this old, it might be hit or miss. So it all depends, and like you could also ask like going to your local gaming stores and like with this video, hey look, this video popped up and everything. This is what I'm kind of looking for because I'm looking for something cheaper because something like this, like I said, like 15-20 bucks for like the miniatures. I think it was like 30 bucks, whatever. So like for even for 30 bucks, you're looking at like big ones like here, the air elemental for the big miniature like that. You're looking at like 20 bucks a pop and everything. So like, and then for like of course like the small like miniatures like this for heroes are like 5 bucks a pop and everything. So you can see with the whole like booklet like this for just like the ones I mentioned that I saw on Amazon for 30 bucks, you're already saving some money. So again, I'll reiterate that on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, it seems to be like I didn't see anything. Think so. That could be hit or miss, but this one is definitely older. So like if you could find something like this at a yard sale or whatever. So I had cut some of these out already, and you can see some of these miniatures. Like you just pretty much cut them out, and they can fold over. And you can see the green dragon right here. They can, in a sense, take the place of like you get like little plastic stands or whatever. You can just like put them in the holders or stands, and they could double as like miniatures, and so be like a short, like a relatively cheaper version. So like here on this sheet, you see like a lot of the different giants and everything. So like you could like, of course, you got the green dragons, you got like ogres, you got like pretty much what you could use as like an owlbear, frost giant, like probably like a green giant or whatever, Djinns, two-headed ogres, and like of course you got like some of your heroes. Now, this book, like I said, is an old one that I've had for years. So you got like something like your different characters that you can use. So you can see like already how it'd be kind of cheaper and everything. So you see, I already had some cut out. And of course, like going back to these sheets, we got like different dragons, different night giants, and like good old the Ankheads, or more of like dragons and more of the same. So you got like a kind of like uh, Ankheads right there too, as well. So these ones are like the kind of like different ones. Tiger Man, different heroes. Unicorns that you can see, more dragons, more dragons. Each one like a nice one here. You see like with a bunch of like different dragons, blue, red, white, fairies, and snakes and stuff. And so now, kind of doing like a quick flip through of this and everything, you can see like different ones, and so like each one is labeled. You can see like a kind of like a odd ones for like the odd looking kobolds and everything right there. So, but again, this one was made back in like late 90s and everything. So you can see here the reptile men as I get the front view. So now we get like different animals and stuff. You good old like gorillas. So these cutout ones, like I said, would definitely be a lot cheaper than like your big miniatures. Like I said, like ones I have, like the air elemental I shared before. Good old like frost giant. So you can see kind of like how already it's like with miniatures, like all these ones, like just these like 5 I showed will probably be more than just this book alone, so you can see how you're saving money. So keep an eye, like I would say, like I did a quick search, like I said, on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. I didn't really see anything similar to this, but this one was, being in the late 90s, was geared more towards like second edition, so a good old AD&D. So you, like I would say, keep an eye on that. Like if you're looking for something similar to this, both those, eBay and the Facebook Marketplace, take a look. Like keep an eye out, like local yard sales. Mention it to like your local gaming store. Be like, hey, look. If you can like bring up this video, pause it, like, hey, look, this is something I'm looking for. See if they could quite possibly get you something as well. If you're looking to save money for like the miniatures, and of course, as we go through this book even more, just kind of showcase like some of the other stuff that's in here. So now you have to like, come back over here because I already cut some of the stuff out, and like you can see more giants, and it's kind of like Vikings or whatever, for like you could use Vikings, frost giants, or whatever. So they might be mislabeled, but like and of course you got like all the insects and goo and stuff that you could find across the dungeon. So it could be like a hit or miss. And of course, going through this, we also got like stuff that you can use as cutouts for like stuff inside dungeons as well. More like heroes that you could use to kind of like symbolize your PCs or whatever. So like, and of course you can see like different commoners and stuff that you could quite possibly use, NPCs, like mercenaries or whatever. Now we get into more like dragons and more like orcs and goblins and hobgoblins and stuff like that. Your typical stuff. So this one is going to be like a relatively quick video, just to kind of like showcase. Now, of course, like I said, as I put these ones back in here, okay. Now, of course, I'll probably reiterate, like, now, as you can like tell, like kind of showcase like this was back in '99. Really doesn't say how much it was, and so like I bought this like probably like a good 25, 30 years ago, so I couldn't really tell you how much it was, but like there was some miniatures that when I went typed into Amazon, like cutout miniatures. There was one that was called like the Arkham miniatures. Again, that's not Batman. It's still the same kind of Arkham spell and everything. That was for $30. So I'll show like some of these bigger miniatures. $30 versus these two alone, you're already saving some money and everything. So the greatest, like if you're looking for old school stuff like this, I would say reiterate again to kind of like keep an eye out on like Facebook Marketplace, like eBay. Maybe you can like message a bunch of like friends or whatever. Get into like Facebook groups, or like maybe use social media, a good tool to be able to get into like find something like this or whatever. Yard sales would be another one. Of course, I'm recording this in the kind of like the middle of the winter where I'm at, and like can't really get out for yard sales. But like when summer months here in the Northeast does come around, definitely go to the yard sales and kind of keep an eye out for stuff like this. Of course, most people like that want to save money for miniatures, definitely keep an eye out for this stuff there, for those. And always like with your local gaming stores, go into your local gaming store and like I said, pause this video, showcase, and be like, hey, look, I'm looking for something like similar to this, because like they might be like being a retailer, they might be able to get this something for you. Now, while it might not necessarily be cheap as like getting a yard sale or Facebook Marketplace or eBay or like the internet or whatever, the good thing about like social media and like going to your local gaming stores, you can network with people. Hey, look, my group and I were kind of like tight in cash, like we're just starting out. We got our we got our 3 core rule books and everything. We're looking to start getting into miniatures, but we don't necessarily want to spend like $5 a pop for like these smaller miniatures, because that can get kind of expensive, and we don't necessarily want to spend $20-30 on these bigger ones. We just want something like a kind of like a cheap alternative that we could use in place of these big miniatures. So that's where stuff like this comes in handy. Now, of course, you might have like a relative or something that like used to play. They might have something in their attic or something. So keep that in mind too. So this is just the showcase. Like now, yes, I said this is old school AD&D second edition. So you probably wouldn't be able to find this anywhere. If you did, you'd probably be like be a great find and everything. But always keep an eye out for like a cheaper option, and like this, I'm just kind of showcasing this old school one to kind of give you an idea. Like, hey, look, here's a cheaper alternative other than like the miniatures that like I've done videos on before. So definitely like a cheaper alternative. And I'm kind of rambling now, but definitely keep an eye out for stuff like this. Again, I'll reiterate. Facebook Marketplace, eBay, yard sales, your like a local retailer, or your relatives, or whatever. So there's 5 ways you can get like something like this to keep an eye out and everything. So here's a cheaper alternative to like the plastic big miniatures that I showcased that you could use instead of those.